Hi, my beauties. Welcome to Abuela's Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Lou. If you're returning, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoy. So let's get crafting. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. So I have my glues, the wood glue and the E6000. I have my twine from the Dollar Tree. I have the tape. It's a foil tape that I got from Amazon. This one's copper. My handles that I bought at Lowe's. Let's see what else. Oh, and the beads I bought at Amazon. The square also from Dollar Tree. My paintbrush, my scissors, and my sanding block. The scissors I bought at Walmart. The Rust-Oleum stain, the Waverly stain, the polyurethane, the rose gold spray. They're all bought at Walmart. The glue I got at Home Depot. Now these are little blocks from that we had here. My husband cut down a piece of wood, and I bought this wood round at Lowe's. This I'm showing you the rough side, which is where we're going to start off at, gluing my little feet to it on four sides. Now I had put some spackling on it, so I'm just kind of even them out with my block, all four of them. Now I'm sorry, the sanding block I bought at Walmart. Here I'm measuring how far I want them in and where I want to place them. So I use a little dot of E6000 and then my wood glue. They take a little bit of time to glue down, as you'll see here in a moment. But I decided to use both of them for added security. So now, since I'm using stain, I didn't want to get my hands all full with stain. So I started off with the Waverly antique wax, which I bought at Walmart, by the way. And I wanted to test it. That's why I started on the back side, or on the other side, I should say. I wanted to see what it would look like. So then I went to the other stain, which is, I believe, a walnut stain. I'll have to look at that up again. So it's a walnut stain. It has a reddish tone to it, which I absolutely loved. And see, the backside's a little rough, so the towel was not quite doing what I wanted to do. So I used the brush. Yeah, it's American Walnut by Rust-Oleum. That was also bought at Walmart. I used the brush and then took the little piece of towel, and wiped it off. It absolutely came out so pretty. I wish you could see it in person. But it has that rustic look, which is what I wanted. And it's so pretty. On the top side, though, which is very, very smooth, and I went along the grain of the wood, and so beautiful. I love this color. It has that reddish brown, and on here it looks a little bit more red than in person, but it has, see how I moved them, and there go my feet. Two of my feet fell off, but it's okay. It's all good. It works out in the end, right? Yep, it do. So there you have my wood. Now we need to let that set up and dry up. So in the meanwhile, I did my rose gold on my handles. I love this color, by the way. I finished those, and while those were drying, I did a vinyl on my silhouette. Now I didn't know how to work the silhouette. I had my son help me figure that one out. So I wanted to make sure I had it sitting where I wanted to. That's why I was using the square, just to make sure that it this is a round circle, so it's kind of hard to figure. But I wanted it semi in the center of and you could see that it's the R's. I could see the R right side up, and that's what I wanted. If you sat it, looking at it, you could see it right side up. Now we put the design together using one of the fonts on the silhouette, which at the moment, it's a Western font, and then use the border to line it out, which is just leaves, a leaf border. Now here I noticed that the R buckled right there at the end, and it was bubbling, and I couldn't pick it up. I just could not pick it up. So I ended up taking it up. It came up in pieces, and then replaced it. But as you can see, this time I held down the board so it stays put, and there you are. There's my R, and the R represents Rodriguez, which is my maiden last name. And I'm giving this as a wedding gift to my brother who just got married. This comes out after his wedding, thank goodness, so he doesn't see it beforehand. But it comes out so beautiful, and he absolutely loved it, especially, him and his wife, especially since it has the R on it. So here I'm using the polyurethane. It's a 1-coat polyurethane. And I'm just applying it. So that you can put anything on top of it, and you can clean it, wash it, wipe it down. I'm asking my son if there's any drippies on the outside, so he got that for me. Now I'm using that colored copper. It almost looked rose gold, but it's a copper on the edges of the coasters. This is what that is. And I know it has a sticky back, but I didn't want it coming off, so I used a little tiny bit of the wood glue to stick it on there. It's ever so slightly, and then I kind of mushed it down with my finger just so that it would stick, and it wouldn't come off. And I was able to maneuver the tape in case I needed to lift it. I love this tape, not only because of its color, but because you can apply it over itself and you can't tell that it's the end or the beginning. So it really, I love this. I only have this one color, but I plan to get the other one, some more colors. Now I went back to my silhouette and got this particular design of tulips. It was very simple and small enough to fit onto the coasters. It just looked really, really elegant, which is what I was looking for. I did not use the stain on my coasters because, as you'll see when I put the polyurethane, it almost has the same color as the wood round when it dries. They came out almost perfectly. I'm gonna say this wood is it was a scrap wood that my husband kind of cut up for me for the squares. I'm gonna say some kind of redwood, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. So while those are drying, and I know they look a little a little lighter than the wood, but it's fine. I had my husband figure out the measurements of where I was going to need and drill the holes on the wood round. Actually, it was my son who drilled the holes. The good thing was that the handles came with 2 different sizes of screws, and I didn't want to just glue them down. I wanted them to be firmly on the wood round, on the tray. So I went back, I had a thought. I'm like, okay, so the flowers, let me do one for some coasters for my brother. His spirit animal is a wolf. So he loves wolves. So I decided just to keep it simple. Got a design on my silhouette that looked like a howling wolf, and that's what I put on the coasters, and it worked out. I mean, the silhouette is white, the flowers are white, and the R is white, and it looks really, really pretty. Now these are what is it called? Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Corkboard that I got at Dollar Tree, the cork sheet, and just glued it on the back of the coasters so that you could put that anywhere, whatever spills over, and it gets soaked up by the corkboard. And then used my utility knife to make sure that it was cut close to the edge of the coaster. It looks really pretty. Came out really nice. And then you have the 4 coasters, and then I will work on the other ones. I wanted to put down the design first before putting down the polyurethane, because I wasn't sure it was gonna work. So there you have it. See the color? It's almost identical to the wood round. It is so pretty. Have a great day. Be kind, be courteous, but best of all, most of all, love what you do. Bye.